sure everybody saw the news. I just want to pass my condolences and just say the team member tough on his family. Someone that's inspirational, not only for myself, but for a lot of guys in this league. And to pass at such a young age is, well, I think it was something that was really devastating. I literally just saw it on my phone before I walked in there. It was on my spirit to speak on it. So, yeah, I just want to make sure I pass my condolences to him, his family and whatnot, and just someone that was iconic here in this league. So, without further ado.
Myles, coming into this season, what are some of the things that you're pointing towards? In what ways do you think you can improve after what was your best season?
Yeah, do more. I mean, I feel like nobody really cares anymore. You know what I mean? It's fun for the city. It was fun for, what the season was last season, but, ultimately it fell short. So, if you're asking individually what I can do to be better, I think a big thing for me, obviously, a lot of people talk about is just getting in there, mixing stuff up, defensively, still being a better rebounder, stronger at that, and then just being as consistent as I am on offense, continue that to keep going forward. So, the biggest message is just do more.
I guess to keep going on that, when you look at your defense performance last year, what stands out to you as what you want to be better? I mean, like, what do you look at and say this wasn't good enough, or this is the next step for me to take? I mean, like, how do you view just how did you kind of overall analyze your defensive performance?
Well, we got to start better. Not even just myself as a unit, we have to start better. I think we started the year off bottom 5 in defense. By All-Star break, it got a little bit better, and then we were middle of the pack by the end of the year. But the biggest room for us is to start better. You don't have to make up a lot of ground if you're not starting in such a low position as you were defensively. So I think that defensive rebound is a huge thing. Our pick and roll defense is something I feel like has gotten better and needs to continue to get better. And just finishing possessions. I think that's the biggest thing. Taking on that one-on-one challenge.
Myles, you talked last year a lot about how much Indy meant to you in your life. Has 10 years hit you yet with one franchise? Have you thought about that very much?
Of course. I did a lot of reflecting, this summer, just as I'm growing into myself as a man. There were a lot of years, I would say, here in Indy. Not a lot, but, about 3-4 years it got stagnant for me. I feel like I was just going through the motions, you know what I mean? But, as a man B, I am the motion now. I feel like everybody kind of follows, what I do, in this city. I've grown into this leadership role here. And, last year was a beautiful thing to experience. But again, like I just, once you get a hit of that success, like it's addicting. It's very addicting. You win a playoff game or Eastern Conference semifinals in Madison Square Garden. Stuff you like dream about, coming up. So, I definitely want more. I want to continue to build on that success.
Myles, how do you go about becoming more physical, becoming a better rebounder? Did you get stronger over the summer, or is it a mindset? How do you go about accomplishing that goal?
Yeah, I put on about 7 pounds of muscle. It's something that was big for me this summer. Just to go in there and just continue to add to my frame and continue just to make my strides every day. I'm very consistent with what I do with my weight room, my mobility training, and just my training as a whole, my discipline. So I think rebound is just a commitment. You can talk about getting stronger, you can talk about this all you want. It's just a commitment at the end of the day, and I feel like sometimes I got to commit myself better than them.
What do you weigh now?
Pardon me?
Just follow up on that. What do you weigh now?
I'm probably consistently about 260.
After the success last year with this team, you talked about it in the Eastern Conference Finals. What is your level of just motivation right now, excitement about the guys around you, this team?
Well, it's just the fact that, I was happy for a lot of these young guys being able to experience this, the first 2-3 years of their career, going that far into the playoffs. Because, again, once you have that experience, once you get that little hit, like, you want more and more and more. You want to continue to get there, after not being out the first rounds, every other year I was here, and getting there, like, I think that it's just really got me new life, if anything, just gave me a new just outlook, what I want for myself and success I want for my future. So, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little long-winded. What was the beginning of that question?
No, that was actually good. Just the motivation, just going into this season with what you guys had last year, how you can carry that on.
Yeah, the motivation is getting back to that stage. I think that you do have to take things one day at a time, because that's the one thing I don't want to happen with this organization, my team, is to get so obsessed with what we did last year and forget that it's a process, man. Like, it is an everyday process, like, just to get, or even to get to that first round. You still got 82 games, still got training camp, you still got preseason, you still got 82 games. It's just an everyday process to get back to that. So while getting back to that spot is the ultimate goal, I think I've become more obsessed with the process of things.
You're obviously coming into the second year of a 2-year deal, and obviously they couldn't extend you or anything like that. But how much different is this than the last time you were coming into the last year of a contract? How much more do you feel like? I mean, do you have a sense that this is going to continue beyond this year, or more of a sense of that than you did before? And I guess how much different is your mindset now than it was, a couple years ago when you were heading into last year of a contract?
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't help but laugh because, like, I'm gonna keep it a stack, man. Like, every year in Indiana has been a contract year at this point. Whether, you're fighting, rumors or just, staying true, like, to your grind and whatnot. I mean, I don't really feel too much different because at the end of the day, I told you, success last year is basically what I've become obsessed with. You know what I mean? I understand, like, the guys that, talk about it more and more there. And I had to get there, like, to really experience it, It felt like a pipe dream, for the longest time, but the fact that you actually made it happen, it's like, oh, okay, like I said, I got a different outlook. So I think, again, like, I've become more obsessed with just the everyday, the little stuff, getting my stretches in, doing my discipline, drinking my 2 gallons of water a day, like, just literally just that process. And I think that anything that happens after that, we are a byproduct of the success.
Myles, having been here now, this is gonna be year 10, have you ever felt the city, the buzz that it has about you guys in your previous 9 years, and just, do you guys feel that?
Yeah, man, it's just it's overall buzz. You got what the Fever did this year. That was incredible. You had a lot of, as someone who's been going to Fever games, for the past 10 years now, like just the environment that was in there, the new life that was in there was incredible, and it's something that's only going to grow. For a team that wasn't even in contention for the playoffs to come through and actually get to that first round and have that experience, with their younger players, it's dope to watch. And you got the Colts that are, starting to come along now in the past couple games, and then obviously us, with the success we had last year. So the buzz is high. Indy's always been a sports city and a sports town, and I think we're just right in the middle of it.
Myles, have you spent much time with James Wiseman, and what are your expectations for him with this team? He's been with a couple teams already, young guy still. What can he do?
I've always been a fan of James. I feel like he's someone who, he passed the eye test. He's huge. Like, he's all of 7'1", very long, very athletic, has all the intangibles. And I have spent time with him. Him and Isaiah Jackson, they came to Dallas, for a few days, and we worked out together down there. And James is just someone who needs an opportunity. I feel like once he gets the opportunity that he's been looking for, he's going to take it and run with it. He's someone that I'm personally, I'm going to be around. I'm going to be in his ear, and it's genuinely because I want to see him succeed. I feel like I've been in his shoes before, his position, as far as his temperament as a person. Not necessarily like, where he's in his career, but I understand him as a person in a sense, and I feel like that's going to help me understand him more on the court. So still getting to learn him, still getting to know him more. Only known him for a couple months, but I really do feel like he's someone that can help us. And once he puts it all together, he's going to be dangerous.
I assume because that was in Dallas, it was your idea. What was your motivation behind getting you three together, and what did you kind of focus on with those two?
Yeah, no, it was a collective effort. I think that my biggest goal was just to have everybody in the same roof and just realize that, it's possible. Like, you've seen what we did last year. Like, you've seen, this system and how we play. Like, it is possible for you to be successful here. And again, Isaiah is someone who had a huge showing last year in the playoffs, in my opinion, and really showed his worth and whatnot. Someone's continuing to get better as well. So, yeah, no, I think I got to credit Lloyd Pierce, in RC as well. I mean, I think they wanted to make sure these guys were under my tutelage, and just we were able to spend some time together.
Myles, how big is continuity and team continuity with a bunch of you guys coming back?
For someone who's seen so many rosters and whatnot, it was a very refreshing feeling, being in, we were just in Orlando together and just hanging out and just, playing pickup, getting up and down, and just, it felt right. Is the best way I can describe it. The chemistry was there. It was like nothing. We haven't seen each other for 2-3 months, whatever, and it's like nothing like left. The chemistry was there, the synergy was there. Like, I knew where this person was going to be before he knew it, and X, Y, and Z. So continuity is definitely something strong. I definitely credit the front office for that, just to keeping this core together and continue to roll out.
Last one. Myles, we saw how valuable playing at home was last year for the playoffs. Is that also, even though it's a process, is that something that's motivating to try to go out there and earn, the highest seed possible to have even more home games here?
Yeah, the energy was unmatched. I think the in-season tournament was the first time I really saw it. You know what I mean? And it kind of just built from then on and then on and then on. And I think that the fans here are deserving. Of such a team like this. They've been waiting for a long time just to have something to be excited about, something to rep. It's funny. I went on Jeff Teague's podcast earlier this summer, and his homeboy said the same thing. He was pulling for us the entire time, and everybody was doubting him. And you know, he's from Indy, so it gave him something like something to be proud of, you know, coming from Indy and whatnot. So I want to continue to have that sentiment with our team, and definitely is motivated to get back here and just you know, play in the playoffs.
Thank you, Myles. Thanks, everybody.
All right.